Hey, I'm gonna make a keto pizza out of chicken breast, Parmesan, egg. I bought this just Walmart chunk breast, chicken breast. It's in water. I opened the can, I drained the juice out, and I spread the chicken on a piece of parchment paper, and I set the oven at 350. The oven has just beeped. I'm gonna put it in the oven for about 10 minutes. The idea is you want to drain out all of the juice of the chicken before you put the stuff together. So, oven set at 350, I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. All right, it's in there. I'm gonna cook it at 350 for 10 minutes. This is just to dry the chicken out. I've got some Parmesan cheese and I've got an egg. I'm gonna mix some of that together into a bowl to make a crust. Also got other ingredients out. I got this Jimmy Dean turkey sausage crumble stuff. It's already pre-cooked. This is gonna be my meat. I got this Rouse homemade tomato basil sauce. It's only got 3 sugars and 4 grams per serving. That serving size is half a cup. You're not gonna use half a cup, you're just gonna use a couple of tablespoons. And then I got some regular mozzarella cheese. Of course, mozzarella cheese has got no sugar and 2 grams of carbs for a 1/3 cup of cheese. I'm probably gonna use a 1/3 cup. For me personally, I'm gonna use some olives because I like olives. All right, once your 10 minutes is up, you take your chicken out, set the oven to 500. This is gonna take a little while to preheat. While this is coming out, you can tell that it's dried out. We're gonna take this and we're gonna add it with some Parmesan and an egg. All right? All right, take the egg. The Parmesan, I had read like a measurement and then I added way more than they had said to add because I wanted to measure it out so that it looked like it would have plenty of coverage. So I'm just gonna add some, like 3 things worth with my hand, and I'm gonna mix this up. All right, I added a 4th little dabbing in my hand of the Parmesan cheese. Mix it up really, really good. Use my fork to make sure to mush up the chicken really fine. I'm gonna use a rubber spatula to make sure to get it all out onto my baking dish. This is still preheating, but let's do that. Same baking sheet, I dumped it out here and I'm gonna smooth it out. All right, I've smoothed it out somewhat. I'm gonna put another piece of parchment paper on top of it. And I'm gonna use, I got this cylinder of sea salt. I'm just gonna roll it around to flatten it out. And you can flatten it out as thin as you want it. We'll get the crust and the edges lined up in just a second. All right, now peel off this top and you can see it's kind of flattened out a good bit. I don't need this paper anymore. I do want to scrape off a little bit of chicken, but I'm using my spatula now and kind of make corners around the edge like a round circle. All right, I've used my spatula and I've kind of edged up the corners and just kind of pushed it in and smoothed it out. The oven is at 500 degrees. I would like to put some salt and pepper on this and then put it in the oven. And depending upon how thick you have it, you want to bake it for a little while. I think I might put some garlic powder on here too. A little bit of pepper. You don't have to use a lot of salt because the chicken's already salty. And some garlic powder. That'll just add some flavor. I'm gonna put it in at 500, and if you make a thick crust, you wanna cook it longer. If you make a thinner crust, you cook it shorter. The last time I did this, I did it for 6 minutes. This time I'm gonna do it for 8 and see how it turns out, okay? All right, after 8 minutes, you can see that it's turning brown. It looks pretty good, right? Let's put some cheese and toppings on there, shall we? Some olive oil. I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit. This is just to up our fat intake, because we wanna be keto, right? All right, I got the cheese spread out, and I'm gonna put the turkey sausage. Sausage spread out. You could use pepperoni or whatever you wanted to use. We really like this stuff. We used it last time. It's really good. Now I'm gonna do the sauce, and I'm probably gonna put some olives either on the side or on one side of it, one half of it, because my wife don't eat olives. All right, I got the sauce on there. I'm not gonna put the olives on. I decided I'm gonna eat those on the side, but this is good. I got the oven set to 500. I'm gonna put it back in the oven for about another 8 minutes. All right, after 8 minutes, you can see what the pizza looks like. It smells good, looks good. I'm gonna let this cool off for just a second and then I'm gonna cut it.